I can finally have a good feast. This Yangcheng is the largest city closest to the southern edge of the southern wilderness. The city is very bustling. The sound of hawkers fills the air. Merchants come and go endlessly. The architecture in the city is somewhat similar to that of the Tang dynasty in Huaxia. The Lai family is considered a prominent household in Yongchen. The entrance of the Lai residence is nearly 10 meters high. On each side stood a 3-meter tall stone lion. Quite impressive. The Lai family has a total of 200 members. Everyone go out to welcome the master back. But they suddenly discovered the master of the house unexpectedly showed interest in a young man in his 20s. Respectfully and reverently, it even feels a bit like bowing and scraping. At that moment, everyone was confused. Thinking to myself, could it be that this is an important person? Could it be someone from the royal family? But look at how he's dressed. Why does it feel a bit like a fisherman? The people of the Lai residence were greatly puzzled. Evening. Lai Dafu invited the influential figures of the city. A grand banquet was held at the Lai residence. Qin asked Lai Dafu not to reveal that he is a cultivator. Lai Dafu said that Qin Wen is a chivalrous hero roaming the rivers and lakes. Saved his whole family outside. So today we host a banquet. Thank you for doing this. After 3 rounds of drinks, full and satisfied, Qin walked with a light and carefree step back in his guest room. I haven't had a proper meal in a long time. Had a drink. It feels pretty good. Crossing the immortal cultivation realm for nearly half a year, today is probably the most relaxed Qin Wen has felt. Sometimes you just need to relax. Cultivating immortality also requires a balance of work and rest. Qin Wen arrived at the guest room door, but heard some movement inside. Immediately took out the hangover remedy from the bag and swallowed it. Immediately regained consciousness. Bang! Qin pushed the door open and entered. Serious expression. Result, but saw that the person inside was Lai Ziyoging. He is folding the quilt for Qin Wen. How did you get here? Such tasks should be handled by the servants. Lai Ziyoging stood awkwardly by the bed. He said with his head down, I fear the servants won't do well enough. I'll help Brother Qin organize it myself. Thank you. Qin Wen sat on the edge of the bed. But I saw Lai Ziyoging still standing here. Is there anything else? What's wrong? Unexpectedly, Qin asked. Lai Ziyoging, a woman of ancient times. It should be very conservative. I didn't expect he would sit directly next to Qin Wen, leaning her head on Qin Wen's shoulder. Brother Qin, I know you are leaving tomorrow. This farewell. I don't know when we will meet again. You have saved me twice. Once again, lead me onto the path of cultivation. I don't know how to repay you. Concubine, I have already made up my mind. In this life, I will only marry Brother Qin. Qin helped her to sit up straight. Dad, you are still young. Don't say that kind of thing right now, and I will save you. It's not about you offering yourself to me. This is not a hypocritical statement from Qin. The simulator has never mentioned this Lai Ziyoging. Explanation for the simulator. It doesn't matter. Qin naturally could not foresee everything without prior knowledge. The caravan leader he saved. There is such a beautiful daughter. I am already 18 years old. My parents are extremely anxious about my marriage. I am not small anymore. I know what I want. I'm 18 now. According to Langxin's law, they have all grown up. Qin suddenly felt, the guilt in my heart has lessened a bit. Lai Ziyoging, summoning the greatest courage of his 18 years. Dao, Brother Qin, I have only recognized you in this life. If today is our last meeting, you just take me as your concubine. One is beautiful, a delicate and charming girl, for a man with a normal orientation. Speak such words. Who can hold it together? Since you're here, you might as well stay. This night, Qin Wen's live streaming room, another prolonged blackout. Countless infatuated old lechers. Upon seeing this, everyone is filled with endless fantasies about cultivating immortality. Cultivating immortality is indeed harsh. Why does it feel like Qin Wen is quite pleased? Endless peach blossom luck. Please let the heavens give me a chance. I also want to go to the immortal realm. Immortality or not, it's not important. I just feel that there are many girls waiting for me to rescue them. Even the official live stream's evening. The official complaints have all been made. So, according to past experience, once the screen goes black, that's basically a 10-hour start. Tonight's live stream has come to an end. See you tomorrow morning. The guests burst into laughter, shaking their heads one after another. Call out a single character. Jew. It's impossible to stop broadcasting. This is just. Teacher, he is joking. But Qin Wen's Dao of Heaven live stream. It's completely black screen again. Teacher, he can only bring guests. Let's start this official live broadcast. It's turned into a lively evening show. A night of wind and rain. The next morning, Qin quietly left his room. When Lai Zioking woke up, everything around me is empty. By the bedside, Qin left behind some things. Dozens of snacks, a bottle of washing water Dan. A soft whip strikes the instrument. A bucket of mysterious ice-cold spring. There is another piece of paper. Shangsu, the path of immortality is not easy. Act according to one's ability. Lai Zioking placed the paper against her chest. Determined gaze. Qin Dage. I will definitely catch up to your pace. Lai Da Fu has actually prepared many things. I want to thank Qin Wen. However, Qin Wenshan left before dawn. These things of his. It's no longer of any use. Mainly, Qin Wen can't use it either. He doesn't lack money. Bought a black horse at the horse shop by the city gate. Qin Wen then galloped on his horse, leaving Yanchen. 5 days later, Qin Wen entered a valley of towering mountains. This place is no longer suitable for horseback riding. The horse bought in Yangcheng can only be released. Walk there by yourself. 5 more days have passed. Qin Wen has crossed several mountain peaks. Finally, according to the memories of the Dragon God Palace, physician, I found the cave. Qin asked knowingly, you are always being live streamed. So, when they found the Dragon God Palace, also performed a segment. Oh, this is Tian Jai Gong Fa. Oh my gosh, my luck. It's off the charts. You have to show a bit of surprise. Otherwise, the Blue Star audience will start to have doubts. Qin did not want to expose himself. Any clues about the immortal cultivation simulator? Cultivating in the Dragon God Palace is not easy. During the simulation, a short time of 100 days, more than a year, he can only break through to the first level. Fortunately, there is the talent of the ascetic. This monotonous and tedious cultivation process. Qin won't find it boring. Otherwise, a modern person, I'm afraid I don't have that much patience. Spent hundreds of days in the cave in hard practice. Will go crazy. First, a drop of dragon's blood is needed to open the body's meridians. A trace of dragon energy is generated within the body. Only then can we practice the first level. And you must take Long Ling powder every day. Maintain the flow of dragon energy. There is more. Although the Dragon God Palace is powerful, but practicing it is quite complicated. It's good that I simulated it a long time ago. Preparations. Qin has already prepared. A few simple defenses were set up at the cave entrance. After the confounded formation, Qin began his arduous training in the cave. In the previous simulation, not once has it ever appeared. During the training period in the Dragon God Palace, experience of being disturbed described this place. Sufficiently remote, it is neither a place of rich spiritual energy. There are no villages nearby. City walls, so mortal. Cultivator. They basically won't come. It is indeed a suitable place for seclusion and training. Qin asked for a drop of dragon's blood. Suddenly, I felt my entire body's muscles swell up. The meridians are filled with terrifying power. They all started to cheer. Dragon clan blood. Indeed impressive. Qin Wen felt that he was. Now a single punch can break through a mountain wall. He is just a fragile layer of 9. To cultivate using such a precious treasure. After mastering it, can't be strong. Taking advantage of my current strength, Qin decided to take out the dragon spirit. No powder came out on the stone. Just like that, Qin asked in this small cave, started secluded cultivation. Dragon God Palace. Outside the cave, the clouds rise and fall. Spring goes, autumn comes. 197 representatives from various countries of the blue planet. Some countries still replacing one another, and some are already like Qin Wen. It is precisely the beginning of the journey to cultivate immortality, with the help of the Blue Star cultivation strategy. Later, the chosen one. Logging in isn't a difficult task anymore. 9 months after the start of the Tao of Heaven cultivation, more and more representatives of the Blue Star entered the Changshuing continent. They began their path of cultivation. Some people are lucky, discovered by the cultivation sect, because of their unique appearance. So it's very eye-catching. A test revealed the presence of spiritual roots. Naturally, I was brought into the sect. Some people have good relationships with others. Encountered a loose cultivator. He also helped others. With the help of the scattered cultivators, guided into the realm of cultivators. Of course, there are certainly those who have no interest in cultivating immortality. They consider themselves, I am a time traveler, possessing the knowledge of modern people, in this backward place, engage in great undertakings. However, they overlooked. This is the world of cultivation. Only ordinary people are backward. Cultivators are not weaker than those on the technological side. Their grand undertakings are destined to be insignificant. Blue Star, Yuexia Tiandao official live broadcast room. A new day has begun. Post-Gen Zio Zion has started the live broadcast. I am a good man. I am just a little clever. The opening of the Heavenly Dao cultivation. 9 months have passed. In these 9 months, we have witnessed many lives and deaths, difficulties and obstacles. Someone has overcome these difficulties. I must also say, our heavenly way of cultivating immortality, he is a very good person. They overcame these difficulties, embarked on the path of cultivation. Some people will forever fall on the path ahead. Their successors are still struggling. Let's take a look. Yesterday's International Cultivation News report, the scene fades to black. It has become a compilation of live broadcasts from various countries. Representative Stephen from the Lighthouse Nation successfully entered the 8th level gate. The boundary has broken through to the 3rd level of Kai refinement. Representative Lai Jai Zion from Kimchai country. He kept following Stephen. So it also joined the 8th level gate. Currently at the Chi refinement stage 1. The Sun Never Sets country represents Bond. He has logged in too. This time, he followed a loose cultivator practicing Chi refinement. The boundary has also reached the first layer of Chi refining. Yesterday he ambushed and killed that loose cultivator, stole his storage bag and ran away. He's a tough guy. Jameson, the representative of Hippo Nation. The current realm is the second layer of Chi refinement. He is also a loose cultivator. Recently, I've become obsessed with wandering around to uphold justice. Representative Fan Zila from the Windmill Nation. Still following Pinglai Zhenren to cultivate immortality. His realm is currently the highest. Fifth layer of Chi refinement. However, his master was summoned by the divine dragon of Qin Wen, severely injured. No one is taking care of him right now. He seems a bit unable to bear the loneliness. I wonder if I will go to the mainland for a visit. Malkshingyua representative Ivanov. This guy logged in early too. But unfortunately, he couldn't find the righteous sect, discovered by the demonic path body. Now I am already a demonic cultivator of the Lingyu sect. The boundary is indeed rising quickly. Reached the fourth level of Chi refinement. But, Ivanov, what is the cost? There is one more person. Aye. Many viewers are particularly interested in the representative. Elegance of the three merchants in Sakura country. He a month ago. Finally landed. It's truly thrilling to talk about. He almost capsized several times on the way. Being able to log in is truly a stroke of luck. Currently, he is still at the 9th level of body tempering. Could not find the cultivation sect. It seems he doesn't want to look for it either. Settled in a fishing village. Recent updates on some outstanding representatives from abroad. After reporting once, Zhen Zioxian turned his gaze towards Qin Wen. Well then, let's take a look at our representative. Qin asks, it's a pity. Dead. He is still in that cave, practicing the dragon god technique. We don't know either. How powerful is this dragon god's skill? He wants to practice like this continuously. It seems that success cannot be achieved without practice. He just won't come out. Sigh, I have to say. Qin asked if the progress was lagging behind. After all, we started off in the lead. Now then, still in the 9th layer of body tempering. Still not initiated into the immortal gate. Haven't practiced the Chi cultivation technique yet. We're falling way behind. In the tone of Zhen Zioxian, there is an undeniable sense of urgency. The reason for this. It's because of what was mentioned at the beginning of the heavenly way of cultivating immortality, synchronizing cultivation. It has already been reflected. Currently, including the Lighthouse Country, Kimchi Country, Bear Country, the land of the rising sun, Windmill Country, in the land of Hippo Kingdom, representatives from a total of 9 countries, entered the Chi refining stage. Their country name indeed synchronized with their cultivation. Although I have only reached the first layer of body refinement, even with this little cultivation, they may also exhibit strength greater than that of ordinary people, faster speed, even higher immunity, but regardless of whether the representatives from these countries are at the Chi refinement stage 1 or not, the second floor is fine too. The cultivation behind their country names is synchronized. It is all the first layer of tempering. After all, Blue Star is not the realm of the mortals. Everyone's cultivation. Only through the way of heaven can we synchronize. It cannot be improved through cultivation, even in the state of body refinement. You can enhance your cultivation through physical exercise. The Blue Star people can't do it either. Seeing the names of these countries, posting short videos on the internet. Show off your muscles. Show speed. Show their changes after entering the body tempering stage 1. The citizens of Huaxia naturally feel envious. I thought we would be the first to gain skills. May I ask if the progress has been caught up? Somewhat outdated. I've been in this cave for too long. Dragon God Palace. Is it really that amazing? The most important pursuit in cultivating immortality is the realm. Isn't it a waste of time to learn martial arts? Sigh. I'm panicking. If people from other countries synchronize to greater cultivation, doesn't that mean the entire country's military strength has skyrocketed? What if they want to invade us? The consequences are unimaginable. May I ask? Hurry up and elevate your realm. I'm so anxious. The call of the Huaxia nation. Only in the Tiandao live stream can I drift away, still immersed in the breakthrough of the Dragon God Palace. The understanding and elevation gained from practicing the exercises. It is slow, but every day I can see something different. This feeling of gradually climbing up, once you are captivated, just don't want to pull away, fearing all efforts would go to waste. Then I would regret it to death. 2 more days have passed. May I ask if we are still in the cave? Many people in Huaxia have really started to panic. May I ask how long we will stay? He wants to stay for 3 to 5 years. Representatives from other countries. It seems like we might have to stay stationed here. That's not acceptable. Fortunately, today may I ask if there is finally some news? Completed. Inside the cave, a low grunt was heard. Immediately, his whole body was illuminated with purple light. A subtle fusion occurred between the purple flame holy body and the Dragon God Palace. Suddenly, a figure rose into the air. The body transformed into a divine dragon engulfed in blazing purple holy fire. Rumbling sound. The divine dragon soared into the sky. It directly collapsed the cave. A flurry in the air. Okay. Ju Jun. Listen to this dragon's roar. May I ask about the biochemical purple divine dragon? Invincible, invincible. The divine dragon crashed into a 100-meter stone mountain. The stone mountain collapsed on the spot, broken in half. This is the first level of the Dragon God Palace. Dragon soul in the sky, due to a low level of understanding. There isn't even any spiritual energy within, only a little internal strength. So the Dragon God Palace can't be maintained for long. Only struck twice. Just return to the original appearance. Uhu. Heavy breathing. The Dragon God's Palace consumes too much energy. This really tests one's stamina. Energy. Internal power. Everything has been drained. What is the reason for the current low state? But after all, it is the celestial step technique. Not until the crucial moment. It's better not to use it recklessly. The blue star is watching the live broadcast of the Huaxia people. After seeing this, everyone's mouths are wide open, speechless. The comments in the official live stream. There are about 10 seconds. The disappearance without a trace. Jen Zioxian was happily sipping her milk tea, brought a udon. After witnessing the power of the Dragon God Palace, the milk tea spilled directly onto the keyboard, shattered a table. He didn't react at all, though why? Gradually, the bullet screen only appeared in the live broadcast room. This is the Dragon God Palace. Just achieved the strength to move mountains. This requires extensive practice to master. The celestial staircase technique may not be as effective. Oh wow, now I know. May I ask why you insist on mastering this technique? This is amazing. Just now, that moment. I don't believe there is any skill that can withstand it. Let the battle begin, although our cultivation is not advanced. But now the fighting capability has far surpassed that of representatives from other countries by hundreds of streets. So handsome, it directly transformed into the purple gold divine dragon. Pizzy long felt offended. In the official Huaxia live broadcast room, Jen Zioxian was stunned for a full minute. Only then did I realize, prompted by the director. At this scene, a thrilling slap hit the table. Took a picture of the milk tea. Can't care about that anymore. Good. Very good. Can. Very strong. I said it a long time ago. You can always choose to believe. He won't let us down. Today's live stream guests are the four from the first day. Bing Bing smiled happily. Speaking in fluent Jinkiang. We shouldn't be in such a hurry. How has the performance been over these 9 months? It has been made clear that his determination to pursue immortality is very strong. Absolutely no need to worry about his progress. Guyu also smiled and said, although cultivation is very important, but the world of cultivating immortals is very cruel. Didn't we just talk about that bond? Did he kill his half-cheat master? So, compared to cultivation, strength is more important. Otherwise, how can one protect oneself? Judong took a deep sip of milk tea. Zai Jiang Zai. That's right. At this moment, Ma Dubei also raised a question. The synchronization of cultivation as referred to by the Heavenly Dao. Is it possible to synchronize the techniques of representatives from various countries? Pu Yu's eyes lit up. You mean to say, we all have the potential to attain the dragon god's skill, Judong said. However, currently those countries that have achieved cultivation synchronization, I haven't heard that they also possess magic and divine powers, or perhaps can refine elixirs. What is refining, Kai? Mo Dubei also said, perhaps the level of the technique is not high enough. Just like the representative of the Emerald Mirror, unable to synchronize cultivation with the citizens, because the Kui Tai Jing is too low. The Dragon God technique is so powerful. What if Qin asks about reaching the Kai refining mirror? Maybe we can gain a little bit of insight. Listening to the demon supervisor's guesses, Jan Zioxin was immediately excited. I went. Together, we 1,400 million people transform into a divine dragon. This scene is too spectacular. Then we will truly become the descendants of the dragon. Ah, no. Let's just go straight to the action. The demon lord's big pancake. It truly is fragrant. The bullet comments are all filled with longing for this. Although at this moment, they couldn't reach anything at all. But everyone is looking forward to Qin Wen reaching the Kai refining stage soon. Once the synchronization of cultivation begins, then you can determine whether you can synchronize with powerful techniques. But Qin asked about the next move. The people of Huaxia were once again alarmed. The Dragon God technique has been mastered. Before entering the Kai refining mirror, there is one more thing that must be done. Qin was nibbling on a sweet potato roasted with purple flame sacred fire. One side fell out of the simulator. It has been a full 100 days without simulation. It's time to start leveling up our skills. Once you reach the Kai refining mirror, the required spiritual power for each simulation has to increase tenfold again, 10,000 times. Equivalent to 100 low-quality temporary ones at once. This isn't cheap. During this time, when I was still a fragile mirror, brush up on a few more golden talents. Some purple talents are very useful, can be unchanged. For example, possessed by the Demon King, even though it can only be used once a year. But as soon as it is used, can directly elevate oneself to a higher realm, can save your life at a critical moment. But like a wandering ascetic, prodigy, blood cow, beast whisperer, you can exchange for a better golden talent. In these 100 days, Qin Wen sensed the coordinates provided by Lucky 103 times. Just like the previous simulation, these three coordinates, two levels are very low and far apart. Directly ignore. The third is located at Yuhua Gate, the divine beast connected to the heart and mind, also known as the celestial beast. There's no need to rush to get it. In the previous simulation, I also first entered the feather transformation gate. It took several years of cultivation inside to obtain it. Clearly, no one knows. There is a stone in that place. It unexpectedly harbored a divine beast. Qin Wen found another cave. Take out the spirit stones from the storage bag. Set up a few simple protective formations. Sat down again in the cave. Start simulation. The people of Huaxia saw Qin Wen become motionless again. Suddenly, the earlier joy faded away. What is this for? What skill are we going to practice again? Can we find a better place? Must be in the cave. This extraordinary skill, it can't be easily revealed. So let's practice secretly in the cave. How long do we have to practice this time? Qin didn't know how long he had to simulate. Anyway, I just want to take advantage of the fact that it's still relatively cheap. Brush up on a few more talents. You can imagine it. As its realm elevates, the required spirit points for simulation are increasing. From now on, simulation will be a luxury. Think about it. Use the big shift for a while. Each time requires a massive amount of spirit stones. Raising the devouring beast. Every day is an expense. Ordinary cultivation. Duel of magic. Setting up formations and such. It also cannot do without spiritual stones. Trading with cultivators is inseparable from spirit stones. I want to simulate every day by then. Absolutely impossible. This is also thanks to my two skills. The ability to make money is impressive. Otherwise, we really can't afford to play. So, the next simulation, Qin firmly resolved to continue enhancing his skills. Skills are valuable assets. Coordinates for 100% luck. Only go to the key ones. Let's put everything else aside. Focus on cultivating your energy. Otherwise, running around everywhere. Where can one achieve success? Once again, the great shuffle begins. That would be a total of 100,000 taels. This simulation target was set a few months ago. I was delayed because I was practicing the Dragon God's skills. Failed to achieve. Your 71st simulation. Now it begins. Currently, the talent you possess. 1111. Prodigy. Chad. Come and see. Qin. Lucky 100%. Qin. Possessed by the demon king. Side. One Piece. Qin. Tianinti. Qin. Blood cow. Sai. Dendi. Qin. Brantor. Sai. Ascetic monk. Chad. Genius array master. Jin. Your current state is Kui Tai Jing. Simulate an event that requires consuming spiritual energy. 1,000. Remaining 12,000. Day 1. You have mastered the Dragon God technique. Very happy. Day 10. You continue to advance north. The greatest way to cultivate immortality in the southern wilderness. Nanshan Street. You bought a horse for transportation in Nanshi City. 20th day. You rely on the directions stored in your memory. Arrived at Nanshan Street. 21st day. You rented a shop on Nanshan Street. Starting the elixir business. The 30th day. To quickly make some pocket money. You have conducted another public test for the assistance list. 50th day. The people from Lingdan Fang question you about why you publicly assisted in the formulation of the Dan Fang. You reveal the seventh grade elixir. They think you are a seventh grade alchemist. Incredible shock and admiration. In fact, you are an eighth rank alchemist. Day 52. The people from the Liang sect have arrived. Give you the Yuan Dan Dan prescription. Please refine the earth element pill. Give them a prolongation of life for a supreme elder. Day 60. The local Dan has been successfully refined. You exchanged this elixir for the holy word technique of the Liang sect. 70th day. The people from Yuhua Gate came to seek elixirs. You take the opportunity to make demands of them. I want to join the Feather Transformation sect. The people of Yuhua Gate listened. I was extremely happy. It feels like a pie falling from the sky. A dignified seventh rank alchemist. It's like a dream. The Feather Transformation Gate held a grand initiation ceremony for you. Ascend to the Grand Elder. Jianmen, down to the elders. They all try their best to recommend themselves to you. I want to be your master. You chose Sun Ming, who has little interest in you. Sun Ming doesn't want to accept you. You set up a fourth grade formation on site. Surprise everyone. Sun Ming is a sixth rank formation master. It's impressive to see you at such a young age already at the fourth rank. He is also a seventh grade alchemist. Call you directly. Could it be the reincarnation of a great being? The 71st day. You have successfully been accepted under Sun Ming's name. Ascended to Feiyu Peak. Found the celestial fetal spirit's stone. Nurturing with spiritual energy day and night. 72nd day. You begin to devote yourself to your training. Reached the first level of Kai refinement. You used a fake Kaidan. You disguised your cultivation aura as that of the Feathered Ascension sect. But in reality, you are cultivating a martial art that is more suited to you. The Holy Year Absolute. The first year. The remaining days. You spent your training at the Feather Transformation Gate. Occasionally discuss the way of formations with Sun Ming. He feels that sometimes he understands less than you. The second year. You often go down the mountain to collect herbs. Refined a large number of gathering Kai pills. Using gathering energy pills as food. With the help of the Earth Spirit Pearl. Your cultivation speed in the Kai refining stage is like riding a rocket. Less than 2 years. You have reached the 9th level of Kai refinement. Sun Ming sends you a foundation establishment pill. Dam Fu. You have been in seclusion for just 10 days. The foundation has been successfully established. To know, you only have a 6th grade fire spirit root. Cultivation is even better than the 8th rank. People with 9-tier spiritual roots are still fast. Sun Ming and the senior members of the Feathered Gate were completely bewildered. Third year. You will discover the Spirit Stone Mine this year. So we started preparing various formations and spirit stones in advance. When the month arrives, you really sensed the undiscovered spirit stone mine in the southern wilderness. You set up a defensive array, the Wildering Array. In 6 months, they drained all the spiritual energy from the spiritual stone mine. The sky-devouring beast has hatched. Fourth year. Before the selection for the 7 absolute trials. You collected some materials for repairing the great translocation array in the southern wilderness. I also took the opportunity to eliminate the 8-pointed spirit deer, obtain the antlers. The selection process has begun. You win easily inside the door. Secured a spot. 5th year. The trial of the 7 forbidden realms begins. You obtained the great translocation array and several other treasures from within the realm. Significantly enhanced strength. After the trial of the realm ended, you exchanged for the divine dragon, sending you to Middle Earth. The divine dragon ascends in the central land. the sensational sword of cultivation in Middle Earth. The 6th year, you have gathered all the repair materials for the Great Transmigration Array. And repair the Great Migration Array, you went to King Shui Mountain near Dongju at the first opportunity. The immortal wood rise he has been taken. Obtained a 3rd grade wood spiritual root. You activate the Great Migration Array once again. Return to Middle Earth. You disguise your appearance. Breath, aids, entering the Divine Weapon Gate, becoming an ordinary outer sect disciple. 7th year, you immerse yourself in studying the way of Chi refinement. This year, regardless of the level of coordinates sensed, you can't even be bothered to go. You are now focusing entirely on cultivating Chi, because at this time, the divine abilities were still present. You don't want to waste a single minute. The 8th year, you plunged into the Chi refinement stage, unable to extricate oneself. The divine weapon sect is indeed the holy land of Chi refiners in the celestial spin continent. Learning to refine Chi here, it's just like conducting research at a double first-class university on Blue Planet. Very comfortable. 9th year, your hard work in studying has brought rewards. In this year's Divine Weapon Sect Chi refining competition, obtained 1st place among the outer disciples. You have been recognized as a 3rd rank Chi refining master. Many inner disciples need to know. It's only 3rd rank. Unknowingly I am now at the same level as the inner sect disciples. The 10th year, you have been replaced and entered the inner door, becoming the chief disciple of the sect. You continue to delve into the art of refining energy. The 11th year, although you have been focused on studying the path of Chi refining for many years, however, due to the existence of the Earth Spirit Pearl, your foundational cultivation level has been steadily increasing. This year, you have reached the peak of the 9th layer of foundation establishment. But for the people of Shending Men, they thought you still just a Chi refining disciple. You found a reason to temporarily leave the sect. Activate the Great Migration Array. Arrived at King Shui Mountain with ease. You extinguished the snow path door once again. Through previous simulations, do you know there is a closed-off golden elixir mirror inside the mountain? So the killing formation was set up in advance. That guy just showed his face. Just the 7-layer killing formation you set up. Strangled to death. You occupy the spiritual vein of King Shui Mountain. In this cave, I am in seclusion for training, congealing the golden elixir. The 12th year, you have emerged from seclusion, successfully broke through to the 1st layer of Jinden. Hurry and activate the Great Relocation Array to escape, so as not to be discovered by the Shangyuan Institute again. Over the years, in your study of Chi refinement, various crafted artifacts, you sold them all, changed to spirit stone. I have been feeding the sky-devouring beast. It didn't let you down either. This year, we broke through to a 1st grade spirit beast. Only spirit beasts can be called spirit pets. The stone monkey also shrank to the size of a palm, transformed into a half-human tall gray monkey. The 13th year, researching Chi refinement techniques, raising the stone monkey, improve one's cultivation. The 14th year, researching Chi refining techniques, raising the stone monkey, enhancing one's cultivation. 19th year, you have become a 4th rank Chi refinement master. You are not very satisfied with your progress, but the leader of the divine weapons tells you, at your age, becoming a 4th rank Chi refining master, it's already quite good. You feel like you've hit a bottleneck in your Chi refinement technique. It is related to the disappearance of enhanced cognitive abilities. You go down the mountain to seek inspiration. Just right, This year marks the excavation of the bronze ancient tomb. You remove the disguises of the divine soldiers. Show one's true self and essence. Arrived at Wanshu Mountain, a group of array masters joined forces to break the first 3 seals. Blocked by the 4th seal. Begin to study slowly. You made your move. Easily broke through the 4th level, 5th layer, the 6th seal, as everyone returned to their senses from the array. You set up the formation right there. A 7th grade formation and an 8th grade formation rose from the ground. Broke the 7th and 8th seals of the bronze ancient tomb one after another. All the thousands of cultivators at the scene were stunned. They are looking at you. It feels very unfamiliar. I don't know who you are. All factions are here to greet you, forming a friendship with you. You ignore them completely, only focused on comprehending the 9th sealing. Trying again to break through to the 9th rank array master. 20th year. Perhaps it's because I've learned more about Chi refinement. Inspired your understanding of formations. You actually dared to confront the 9th seal of the bronze ancient tomb. I have gained some understanding. 21st year. After all, you are a golden gifted genius formation master. When the first point of the 9th seal formation was actually, after you saw through me, then you will be inspired and full of ideas. Inspiration keeps flowing. The 30th year, you have completely understood the 9th seal of the bronze ancient tomb. Next is the analysis. Sorry, I can't assist with that. Searching for a way to break the formation. The scholars of Middle Earth have lost interest in this bronze ancient tomb. Many formation masters admire you, because you have managed to hold the fort here for 10 years. Truly, I am a role model. The 40th year, you have devised a method to break the formation. You left Wanshu Mountain. Start collecting materials. Crafting your own formation tool. Do you want it or not? It will be the 9-rank formation of the Tianshuan continent that no one in the world can match. So, the array device you are going to use. No one knows how to create it. Only you know. Fortunately, crafting formation tools. The requirements for the rank of a blacksmith are not high. You are a 4th rank weapon refiner. That's enough. With your talent for hard work, the speed of manufacturing the array devices has increased tenfold. 41st year. A magnificent and vast formation enveloped a 100-mile radius. You mobilized the entire Wanshu Mountain and all the spiritual artifacts within 1,000 miles. Attack the 9th seal with the Great Formation. Seal broken successfully. You have unlocked all the seals of the bronze ancient tomb. Outside the simulator, seeing Qin here. I can't sit still anymore. It's too difficult. This ancient bronze tomb was discovered long ago in the simulation. Still hasn't broken. Until today's simulation. Finally, it's broken. How much effort is this? Creation, opportunity, luck, and so on. Built together. The group of Middle Earth practitioners said, it could be a tomb from 100,000 years ago. It must be filled with ancient castles everywhere. Maybe there are ancient immortal elixirs. If we could obtain the recipe for the elixir. Qin Wen began to imagine himself. A scene where he eats elixirs as meals every day. So many years have passed by now. No one has paid attention to this place for a long time. So after breaking the seal, here only Qin asks a person. The early bird catches the worm. Wait for those people to arrive. All the good things have already been taken for oneself. Thinking of this, Qin Wen felt happy. But seeing the simulation behind, Qin was taken aback. What the heck? Not a big tomb. The 9th seal is broken. Your heavenly eye observes. Finally, I can access the information from the bronze ancient tomb, Shen Nongding, one of the 10 ancient treasures, to suppress the aura of a world. Down below, one can refine immortal elixirs. Its functions are diverse. As one of the 10 great ancient treasures, the function of the Shenong Ding, not just suppressing energy and refining elixirs. Tianyansha told you a bunch of ways to use the Shenong Ding, but you are focused on the last line, the current state of the Shenong Ding, in a state of precedent liberation. Ordinary cultivators cannot use it. It requires a Kai master of at least the 9th rank to refine it. Only then can it be used by ordinary cultivators. Qin's eyes widened in surprise. I have read this simulated text several times. Shenong Ding, the 10 great treasures of ancient times. Fakai, magic treasure, ancient treasure. Xianjian Lingbao, Xianbao, ancient immortal treasure. It is a treasure more powerful than the Xianbao. Every time in this simulation, everyone thought that the big thing dug out from Wanshu Mountain. It is an ancient too. I didn't expect that. This is actually an upside-down large tripod. No wonder. There will be 4 tall pillars in this grand tomb. It turns out to be the 4 clans of the Shenong Ding. How could there be ancient celestial treasures in the Tiangshuan continent? Based on some memories passed down from before, Qin asked if he knew. Xianbao cannot be born in a world like Tiangshuan continent, because only the celestial sword can forge celestial treasures. The ancient celestial treasures are even less likely to appear in the Tiangshuan continent. That was forged by the ancient immortal, a divine artifact that has been passed down for countless millennia. But in front of me, there exists a genuine ancient celestial treasure, crossing several mountain peaks, immense and colossal, although it officially appeared in the simulated life decades later. But at this moment, the Shenong Ding also lies beneath Wanshu Mountain. Can't figure it out. Genius children develop their brains. Qin could not understand why there were ancient immortal treasures on the Tiangshuan continent. We can only continue to look ahead at the simulation. The Shenong Ding has appeared in the world. Heavenly omen, the countless shadows of long-extinct spirit herbs. Circling above Middle Earth, a lingering scent of medicine that would not fade away, echoing across the entire sky-spin continent. Countless cultivators followed the fragrance to find the divine farmer's cauldron. An old master with the ability to transform into a divine being has emerged from seclusion. Recognized the Shenong Ding of the bandit. The year was designated as the year of the Shenong cauldron in the cultivation world of the Tiangshuan continent. No one can take the Shenong Ding away, because no one possesses the level of a 9th rank Kai refinement master. Unable to refine the Shenong Ding, you who broke the seal of the Shenong Ding, deeply hidden merits and fame, long since left that place. At this moment you, breaking through the 9th seal of the Shenong cauldron, has officially become the only 9th rank town mage in the entire continent. 42nd year. You disguise your identity again. Returned to the Divine Weapon sect. Returned after many years of disappearance. You no longer pretend to be a scholar with the cultivation of a 4-layer golden elixir. The sect leader was astonished. He thought you had died out there. I didn't expect you to have exhausted your golden core. 43rd year. You have once again plunged into the frenzied study of Kai refinement. You have a lot of energy. There is an ancient immortal treasure lying in the mountains. Who can become a 9th rank Kai refining master first? Whoever can possess it. It's not just you who has the drive. After the emergence of the Shenong Ding, all cultivators across the continent devoted themselves to the study of Kai refinement. Everyone wants to obtain the ancient celestial treasure. Rumors even began to circulate in the streets. Those who possess the Shenong Ding can ascend directly. In other words, who can become a ninth rank Kai refining master? Whoever can ascend on the spot, even though it's just a rumor. But it can also be seen that the craze for Kai refining has begun on the mainland. 53rd year. These 10 years are known as the decade of the Kai refiners' well pit. On the mainland, the number of skilled Kai refiners has increased 10,000-fold. The number of sects gathering Kai cultivators increased by hundreds of times. The entire Changshuan continent is about to become the continent of Kai refiners. The 63rd year. You have become a 5th grade Kai refinement master. You feel it's too difficult. No blessing of talent. Relying entirely on one's own research. You feel that 5th rank is the limit. Year 65. News arrived from Beiliang. A large number of barbarians are stirring. You know the barbarian invasion is about to begin. You people from Langsing are in for some bad luck. You suddenly have a great idea. Thinking of Death Valley? Stay in there for a day. Outside is a year. Do you think we can escape this disaster by hiding in Death Valley? Year 66. You are accompanied by the sky-devouring beast, which has already reached the 9th rank of spirit beasts. Entered the Valley of Death. You stayed in Death Valley for 100 days. Seeing this line, outside, Qin Wen furrowed her brows. I must have intentionally delayed the time. It was only a little over 50 days last time. Qin hoped that he had delayed the time himself. Otherwise, once you enter this Death Valley, why do we have to wait so long? After coming out, it really will fall behind the times. The year 166. You came out of Death Valley. The world has changed. Those earth demons were originally attached to the barbarian tribes. Now they have their own bodies. The earth demon rules over the savages. The barbarian enslaves all cultivators and mortals in the world. Everyone on the mainland lives in deep suffering. Those people you knew are already gone. They may have all died during the struggle against the barbarians. You discovered that the Tianji Pavilion had been destroyed. The whereabouts of the Tianji Pavilion master are unknown. Before you could activate the Great Relocation Array again, you are surrounded by numerous barbarian tribes and dozens of earth demons at the Golden Core level. The demons are drooling over you. Didn't expect that. There is still one that slipped through the net. Do you know they are the fated aura entwined around you? You fought fiercely against these barbarians and earth demons. Fight your way through a bloody path. You activate the Grand Teleportation Array again. Directly go to the Nanyang Islands. On the ocean, you have the talent of a pirate king. It will make you feel a bit safer. Year 167. You sensed a great sense of crisis on the vast sea. You know the barbarian king is coming. However, the person coming is not the barbarian king, but a black hunter monster over 100 meters tall. The heavenly eye shows. He is the earth demon king. It's actually him, because the barbarian king kept killing you in the simulations before. It's just that he has possessed him. The demon king of the earth today, even stronger than when possessing the barbarian king. He did not summon the thunder tribulation. They can easily eliminate you. He only showed a hint of surprise at the sky-swallowing beast. But it turns out the sky-devouring beast is only a 9th grade spirit beast. Let go of your worries. The sky devourer was also killed back to its stone form. You are dead. Still difficult to escape disaster. Simulate one's own actions. There's a lack of emotional depth. You are dead. This is one possibility I have shared. Using death charms to evade barbarian invasions. But I never expected this. The entire continent has lost. Cultivators of the world have been defeated by the barbarian tribes and the earth demons. became the slaves of the barbarians and the earth demons. There is only one reason for losing. The opponent is too strong. Shenonding. Qin Wen realized. The Shenonding may be the key for the human cultivators to turn the tide. That is an ancient celestial treasure. Even if it's just an alchemy furnace, it is enough to shake and kill everything in this world. So, right now, becoming a ninth-grade blacksmith is crucial. To achieve this goal, Qin Wen knows, he must unleash a golden talent related to artifact forging. Having talent, just the first step. The outcome will depend on fate and opportunity. It's just like Qin Wen had long obtained the golden talent related to the town's mage, but he still couldn't quickly become a ninth-ranked town mage until this simulation. Let's see if there are any blacksmith-related talents this time. The simulation has ended. You can choose one of the following talents. 1. A glance can last 1,000 years. Jin, you can blink your eyes. Accelerate the passage of time. 1,000 years have passed in the blink of an eye. At most, 1,000 years will pass. Attention! You need to have enough beast resources. Otherwise, it will die. 2. You can easily tame magical beasts. Spirit beast. Let them become your mounts or spirit pets. 3. Great master craftsman. Jin. Everything you create. Ru Dan Yao. Magic weapon. Fulu. Genfa. Cultivation methods, etc. Quality is unconditionally elevated to a new level. Must receive a reward. Jiu Pin Town Mage studies techniques. 5th rank artifact refiner studies techniques. Jinden mirror cultivation technique. Failed to demonstrate the talent for refining weapons. Qin Wen felt a bit disappointed. However, the third talent caught Qin Wen's attention. The things I create myself. The quality has been directly elevated to a higher level. Doesn't that mean one can create divine objects in the human realm? Sai and Dan, Fairy Array, Immortal Treasure, Xianfu, and so on. The top existences in the human realm cannot forge celestial items, restricted by the world's rules. But choosing the grand artisan talent, no longer bound by rules. Qin Wen is now a 9th-ranked town sorcerer. If he doesn't stabilize the 9-tier law now, will directly and unconditionally transform into a celestial formation. This is impressive. The legal and immortal formation of Jiu Pin Town, it's not just about promoting a rank. That is completely two different concepts. Not to mention, later if I become a 9th-rank alchemist, can directly produce elixirs. 9-rank refining machine master, can directly refine immortal treasures. Thinking about Qin Wen makes me excited. This time, the talent decisively chose the grand artisan. Having a choice, there needs to be a replacement. Qin Wen replaced the beast speaker. In the current simulation, the greatest role of a beast speaker. It was Qin Wen who helped the reef. At other times, it basically has no effect. Later, tame the celestial beast, the sky devourer. It's not just relying on the beast whisperer's gift. The sky-swallowing beast was brought into the world by Qin Wen. Directly recognized Qin Wen as father. No need for the beast affinity of a beast speaker. A glimpse lasts for a millennium once again. This made Qin Wen certain. Go to Death Valley. It's easy to unlock this talent. Beast Tamer Kid. Though, no need to worry. However, based on previous experience, many talents have similar effects, but the quality is different. The higher the quality, the stronger the effect. So, I won't rule out that this beast-taming kid has a background. There is purple, golden light talent. After choosing the talents, a wealth of profound knowledge and research memories, flooding into my mind. This time, the amount of information is enormous, because there are the ninth rank town mage and the fifth rank Kai refinement master. In addition, this is also the first time Qin Wen has gained the cultivation memories of the golden core mirror. This information, Zuagu Qin Wen Tihui Henjil, the process of digesting this knowledge. It's very enjoyable, because it is not for research. But you have already learned. But learning too much all at once, just going to sort it out. Every moment you can acquire new knowledge and skills. This is something that makes people very happy. Qin Wen temporarily stops simulating. First, digest this pile of information. The next 20 days. Besides solving the issues of food, drink, and basic needs. Qin Wenzu did not make a move. In the cave, transforming vast and complex memories, all sorted and organized. According to the memory of the weaponsmith's study, a first-class weapon refiner can create low-grade magical artifacts. Second grade can refine middle-grade magical tools. Third grade is equivalent to top-grade magical artifacts. The fourth rank is the highest grade of magical artifact. Fifth grade supreme magic artifact. Go further up. It involves magical artifacts. Sixth rank can refine gold elixirs and magical treasures. Seventh rank can refine Yuan Ying magic treasures. The eighth grade blacksmith has mastered the fundamental skills. So the divine weapons did not provide clear instruction. What can be refined at the eighth rank? Generally speaking, a cultivator reached the golden core stage. You will definitely possess at least one personal magical artifact. If he is already a sixth grade artifact refiner, he can refine it himself. If he is not, he might ask a sixth rank artifact refiner for help. Create an embryo for a golden elixir artifact for him. Then he gradually cultivated the golden elixir within himself. The subsequent process does not involve refining the weapon, so it's okay not to understand. But every sixth rank artifact refiner is regarded as a master. I would like to ask someone for help. It's not that easy. So, the innate magic treasure of the golden elixir mirror cultivator. The most common source is to refine a typical magical artifact. Gradually nurture this magical artifact into a treasure with the golden elixir. The most common method for refining treasures. It's weaker than what a sixth grade alchemist would refine. Of course, the power of the magical treasure, not just the crafting of ordinary magical tools, but other weapons will also be used. It's like seeing the realm of the owner. The artifact master's intervention is merely an embellishment. After completing the research and memory organization of a fifth-tier weapon refiner, he had already become a fifth-grade blacksmith, flipped through the storage bag and found some gold, silver, and jewels. Make do with it. May I test out the effects of my new talent? Refining tools also require auxiliary devices like a Dan furnace, and even more complicated. There are furnaces, column furnaces, synthesis arrays, and so on. These things is nature absent, but he is, after all, a fifth-rank forge master. Under the influence of the great master craftsman's talent, this golden brick was instantly upgraded to a medium-grade magical artifact. Not bad. This talent is worth preserving. The memories of the ninth-rank town mage's research were also inherited and absorbed. At this moment I have officially become a ninth-rank town mage. His understanding of the town's law. It has reached a very high realm, with the blessing of the genius town wizard's talent. Now he is on the Tianchuan continent, facing any law enforcement. That really is something you can learn just by looking at it. One step is right. Even he can do without the suppressor. Directly use spirit stones to set up the formation. It's just that. Leaving the town, the qualities of a town's law. It won't be too high, but there is a great master who can elevate the rank of the treasure. Actually, it's not that bad, but it is precious for its speed. If the labor model's talent is not replaced later, can it be done now? Quickly arrange formations during battle. This is quite something. The town law can originally exert the power that surpasses the strength of the cultivator themselves. But the downside is that setting up takes time. Moreover, during the arrangement process, if someone disrupts or destroys a part of the town's law, it's like working for nothing. But now, the mastery of the mage from Jiupen town. Can we set up the formation without relying on the town's tools? Another model worker talent has been accelerated. May I ask how to settle the matter? As a means of fighting for oneself. This is something that no town wizard would dare to imagine. Here has become possible. Continue simulating. It is essential to unlock the golden pyrorefining talent. May I ask about the simulated life among these mountains? Continued. When thirsty, drink dew or the Qin spirit's spring water from the storage bag. Hunting in the mountains when hungry. Roasted with the purple rock sacred flame. Incredibly delicious. This seems like another kind of ascetic life. But may I ask, is there joy in it? Because there are rewards every day. Additionally, through simulation, he knows well that the cultivation world is not easy to navigate. So it's essential to make your start as perfect as possible. Don't rush to elevate your state of being. Time passes day by day. Could you please simulate it repeatedly before revealing the golden Kai training talent? Is it necessary to learn Kai cultivation techniques every time during simulation? But it seems luck isn't on my side this time. After simulating over a dozen times, I still couldn't unlock any golden talents related to Kai training. But please don't give up. Even if I don't unlock my talent. He continuously practices breathing techniques in the Sims. The level of Kai cultivation is continuously rising. Finally, after a month of, finally it's out. Elianti. About the golden talent, path of Kai cultivation. Now, you inherently understand the essence of Kai cultivation. You who possess this talent. In the future, it is possible to become an immortal through Kai cultivation. This talent is quite different from that of a single element genius array master, although it also bestows extreme talent in Kai training for people. But it also mentioned that one could become an immortal through Kai cultivation. It really is different. After choosing this talent, I feel like I've gained some profound philosophical insights in my mind. It's all related to Kai training, but it's too profound. He was momentarily unable to fully comprehend, even if you only grasp the basics. It feels like my understanding of Kai cultivation has greatly improved. So amazing. This talent can be gradually uncovered. Perhaps my current state is too low, or perhaps I've seen too little, so it can't all be developed. But for breaking through the Kai training technique, is it enough in a simulation without any talents related to Kai practitioners? May I ask if you have already reached the 6th rank of Kai practitioner? But to break through to the 7th rank, I encountered that kind of person without talent, the barrier that can never be crossed. After gaining the talent for the Kai cultivation path, may I ask in the upcoming simulation, successfully broke through to the 7th rank, starting again from the 7th rank, successfully reached the 8th rank in another simulation. Becoming a 9th rank Kai trainer is not that easy. The highest realm is effort. Even with dual talents, it's still not enough. Still need the unpredictable twists of fate. Please don't rush. Since hard work and research cannot break through to the ninth grade, may I start upgrading other golden talents now? The path of Kai cultivation has replaced the model worker. Model workers can expedite practice sessions. Kai training, the speed of arranging formations. But may I ask what was discovered? Some profound philosophies contained in the path of Kai cultivation. If one can slowly comprehend it, it can also help him speed up in these areas. It's just not possible for now. Need time. There are currently 2 purple talents left. Can we replace it with a better golden talent? One is a monk. One is a prodigy. The ascetic monk engages in some tedious research. Accelerate during cultivation. Through so many simulations, cultivation, practice alone. Kai cultivation, the part that requires tedious study of formations. It's almost all learned, although there may be more to study in the future. But it's not a big deal anymore. A prodigy only has 10 years of effectiveness. It will eventually need to be replaced. Can you start simulating continuously, adjusting one's thoughts and action strategies each time to see more possibilities in the sims, to unlock the golden talent? His imagination ran wild. What it means to join the dark path, defeat the righteous path. The southern wilderness is unified now. What does it mean to join the Xianyao sect? The righteous cultivators of the world engage in dual cultivation. What does it mean to become a wandering cultivator, traveling the 4 seas? I want to see if this world is flat or a sphere. Never reached the ends of the world before dying. If you can't beat them, join them. Ran to Bailiang to impersonate the barbarians. However, the celestial aura cannot be concealed. As soon as the earth demon appeared, it revealed itself. Some even decided to give up on cultivating immortality altogether. Yancheng and Lai Xiaoqing had more than a dozen children. Live a life of peace and happiness. In these lives of self-liberation, have you also unlocked quite a few golden talents? But you must know, but it must be known that there are no extra slots available now if he wants to choose a golden one. He must replace one. Unless this golden talent is extremely useful, Qin Wen wouldn't be willing to replace any of his current ones. This means that it's not that golden talents cannot be rolled, but rather that satisfactory golden talents cannot be rolled. No choice, just keep simulating. Previously, the snacks harvested from the sea, the basic cultivation materials, began to be prepared cleanly for generations. Time has unknowingly passed for nearly half a year. At this moment, a full year has passed since the start of the Heavenly Dao cultivation. In the Huaxia official live stream room, the negative atmosphere in the bullet comments has become very serious. What is Qin doing? How long has it been? And how did he end up living like a wild man again? Why not pursue immortality anymore? Why do you daydream in the cave every day? Damn, other countries have already found cultivation sects. Why hasn't he gone yet? I can't understand. I can't understand. This is bad. Tianhu is starting, and it looks like Qin Wen is going to smash them to pieces. If Qin could communicate with the public now, he would definitely say, "Don't panic, my friends. I'll simulate a golden talent and leave." Unfortunately, the 2 sides couldn't communicate, leading to misunderstandings. The people of Huaxia believed Qin Wen had gone mad or had given up on himself. Although it's somewhat baffling, everyone couldn't figure out what he had been doing for the past few months. In the live broadcast room, host Zhen Xiaoxian looked a bit dejected, as they used to dream every day with the guests about the great dream of 14 billion people painting dragons. Now let's guess with the guests, which day will we leave this mountain range to find a cultivation sect for training? Zhen Xiaoxian spoke in a laid-back tone, reporting slowly. Now, Let's take a look at today's international cultivation news. Muscular man Stephen from the Lighthouse country is doing well in the hunting sun sect, becoming an inner disciple, and he's already at the 8th level of Kai training. There's no way around it. A 9-rank spirit root is really incredible. Mao Xingguo's Wan Yuo Fu, although he is a disciple of the devil's path, perfectly embodies this persona and has fully embraced his identity. Now killing without blinking, impressive, impressive. This netizen, please don't ask me if his eyes are dry. Thank you. Take another look at the little beauty Fan Kyanla from the Windmill Kingdom. She's already at the 6th level of Kai training, which is quite impressive. The master of the Qi family is impressive, the reason being at the 9th level, this thigh hug is perfect. Just don't know. Tisk, tisk. The male master and female apprentice in Sakura country are gracefully returning to their old profession. Well, those who understand, understand. Also, Jian Zhao Zion is live streaming without any energy. The guests in the live stream are not big names, and more just a group of internet celebrities pouting and making faces. There's no way around it. The progress has come to a standstill, causing the people of Huaxia to voice their grievances. The authorities are not heavily invested in the path of cultivation. Although it's not appropriate to say this, could a divine lightning strike come down and take away the request, allowing me to take the lead? I can too. I will definitely seek immortality and practice diligently. Running around everywhere, there are always lucky moments when one can bump into the immortal cultivation sect's horse. What does it mean to just stay there without moving? Now, representatives from more than 20 countries have encountered cultivators and have entered the Kai refinement stage. Are we still at the 9th level of body tempering? Is this what a great nation like ours should be like? There's no hope left. I must be crazy. The Huaxia Celestial Path Cultivation Office has been holding continuous meetings, observing the foreign representatives rise in their realms one after another. The representative of our family is still at the 9th level of body tempering, while public opinion in the country is already in a heated frenzy. The office needs to address an increasing number of social issues. Director, what are you really thinking? You performed so well before, why did you suddenly slack off? Yes, recently I saw that scientists abroad speculate that once the representatives reach the stationed realm, they might open the Heavenly Dao privileges, and perhaps we could contact them. If the time comes, we can ask representatives from other countries to deliver a message as a reminder. If this situation continues, I'm afraid the national confidence will be undermined. Moreover, the current international status of countries is now linked to the representative strength in the realm of celestial cultivation. Director Zhang Cheng of Huaxia is facing numerous issues raised by his subordinates and is feeling extremely troubled. Listening to a table full of people chattering about their various worries, doubts, and anxieties, Zhang Cheng felt like his ears were about to develop calluses. All right. Zhang Cheng let out a low shout. First, the colleagues in the observation room have already reported that he is definitely of sound mind. We just cannot understand what he has been doing in that cave for the past few months. Cultivating immortality is not something that can be achieved overnight. He is currently a bit behind. How much impact can these have on the future? Have you forgotten his days of conquering the seas? Is he that kind of weak person? Rest assured. Moreover, how can your chaos contribute to the situation? Just focus on your own business. Zhang Cheng's words served as a reassuring balm for all departments. The office staff began to work hard to quell some negative sentiments in society and various rumors that were circulating. After the meeting, Zhang Cheng stood with his hands in the pockets of his suit pants, watching the bustling traffic outside the floor-to-ceiling window. You should come out of the mountains soon. Although I don't know what you're doing, it must definitely be something helpful for your cultivation. Is it going to take so long? Ziyu Zion sword. Ah, this talent is a bit wicked. Another simulation has ended. Looking at the three talents that appeared, he stroked his chin, and a sly smile emerged on his face. 9 times 9 equals 1, my child. You can absorb the spiritual roots of anyone who possesses a ninth grade spiritual root. Note, only 9 grades can be absorbed. Each absorption raises the corresponding spiritual root by 1 grade, while the absorbed person's spiritual root becomes 1 grade. The absorption method is to place palms together. Although this is a purple talent, as soon as it appeared, Qin Wen's gaze shifted away from it. With this talent, if I find a 9th rank spirit root to absorb, won't I have a spirit root? With the spirit root, one can challenge the 8th level of the Sun Hunter's Sword God. Not just spirit roots, even heavenly spirit roots are not a problem. Indeed, don't even mention the 9-grade spirit root. Spirit roots are already quite rare, and finding a 9-grade spirit root is extremely difficult. Perhaps in today's era, the Ji Pintianlingjin does not exist at all in the Tianshuan continent. However, among the 5 elements' spiritual roots, there should be some of the 9th grade. The internet has become vast. Those ancient demons who can cultivate to the yin transformation typically have high-quality spiritual roots. After all, not everyone has the protagonist's halo. It's rare to cultivate to the yin stage with a poor spiritual root. Wang Zhao said that the talented disciples in the major sects are definitely those with high-quality spiritual roots. There should be plenty of 9th grade ones in here. Hee, I'll choose this one. The old monsters can't grasp it, but the hands of the talented disciples from various sects can still hold onto it, right? May I ask if the ascetic has been replaced by the concept of returning to unity? May I ask, once this talent is chosen, can we eagerly start the next simulation? He was too curious about which geniuses he would eliminate. Just thinking about it makes me laugh out loud. This talent is truly lacking in virtue. However, the result simulator reminded him that his spiritual power was insufficient. Unknowingly, we've simulated this many times, yet there are still 3 purple talents. The 2 purple talents, Demon King Possession and 9 turns to 1, can be kept without any issue. However, the prodigy felt its effectiveness was limited and wanted to replace it with a useful golden talent. May I ask to pour out the contents of the 12 storage bags, one by one? I don't want to accommodate anything except for some ritual instruments for now. I'm afraid there's nothing left that can hold spiritual energy. Everything has basically been cleaned up by him. Clang! 15 low-quality spirit stones fell out of the last storage bag. All right, one last time. Once the simulation is complete, I'll leave here and go earn spirit stones. Lingstone, something that is never enough, especially for those who consume a large amount of spiritual stones. You absorbed the low-grade spirit stone star no. 15, gaining 1500 spiritual power, with a current remaining spiritual power of 1700. Simulation begins. This time, the simulation will no longer be conducted in a free-spirited manner, but it needs to be simulated seriously. Seize the opportunities that should be taken, and reach the lucky coordinates with certainty. Both the boundary and strength must be improved normally to see if there is a possibility of surviving the barbarian invasion in 70 years. After so many simulations, I have some ideas on how to defeat that Earth Demon King. By the time they occupy the entire continent, winning against the tangible Earth Demon King will be nearly impossible. That guy seems like something that shouldn't exist in this world. No matter how strong one imagines themselves to be, they won't last long against the physical Demon King. To defeat him, there are 4 possible paths to take. These 4 roads were built before the demon army had occupied the entire continent. They had not yet taken physical form and were still embodied in the barbarians. The first method is to have a high realm, at least above a certain level, and then directly elevate oneself to the transformation realm through the demon king's possession talent, and compete with him using various treasures, formations, and elixirs. The second way is to reach the 9th rank Kai Master and refine the divine dragon cauldron, an ancient immortal treasure that could crush him to death. The third type, the devouring beast, evolves to the celestial beast stage, could swallow him in one bite. However, it's uncertain if this group can do the same, mainly based on the associations brought by the name devouring beast. The fourth method is to comprehend the 9 levels of sword intent of the Hunter Sun sword god, acquire the Hunter Sun sword and its sword manual, and master the latter, ideally achieving great proficiency in swordsmanship. The Hunter Sun sword god is incredibly powerful. The simulation ability has already shown some results. From the celestial realm, one can level the entire Liang sect to the ground and instantly slay the celestial beast, the divine dragon. The fifth way is to inherit the treasures and sword manuals he left in the realm of benevolence, as well as the ninefold sword intent, which is not to say it's as powerful as the Hunter Sun sword god. Saying I'm invincible in this world should be no problem, right? These paths have all been attempted in the previous simulations. But it's not easy. To reach the Yuan realm in 70 years, those with lower spiritual roots can only say this if they possess high-quality spiritual roots. A 9th-tier Kai refinement master lacks transformation and an opportunity, never able to break through. This thing requires a boost in fortune, and being anxious won't help. The evolution speed of the Sky Devourer is likely proportional to the City of Time. In 70 years, it's unlikely to gain the upper hand. Even forcing him to absorb a large amount of spiritual energy won't help. Inheriting the legacy of the Sun Hunter sword god is currently the most feasible option. Because he already has 7 layers of sword intent, he just needs one more spirit root. The divine object that can bestow a spirit root on a person was discovered during a simulation in the Tianji Pavilion. However, after many simulations, I have searched many times in Tangshuan continent and really cannot find it. Now that I have achieved the unity of 9, it is indeed possible to obtain the spirit root. I have high hopes for this simulation. Your 301st simulation starts now. Currently, the talents you possess include 1111, Prodigy, Child, Sword Comes, Bold, Lucky 100%, Gold, Demon King Possessed, Child, Pirate King, Gold, Heavenly IT, Gold, Refining Kite, Gold Elixir Ground, Gold Grand Craftsman, Gold Return to One, Child, Genius Array Master, Gold. Your current realm is the fragile body realm. Simulating once requires a consumption of 1,000 spiritual power. 1,000 spiritual power consumed, remaining 700. On the first day, you leave the cave and head north. On the third day, you arrived at a small town and bought a small house. You start training a fine horse, galloping straight towards Nanshan Street in the northeast direction. On the 10th day you arrived at the largest place in Nanhuang, Nanshan Street. On the 30th day, with your alchemy skills, you effortlessly earned a large amount of spirit stones and once again announced the Foundation Establishment Pill. On the 31st day, the people from Lingdon Workshop arrived, questioning why you were disrupting the elixir market. But they were captivated by your alchemy and dared not act recklessly. On the 35th day, people from the Liang sect came to ask you to refine the Jiuyuan pill. You exchanged it with them using the geopolitical Dan. The holy year is absolute. On the 36th day, you began practicing the sacred year technique, easily breaking through to the first layer of artifact forging. You have crafted a flying artifact so you no longer need to rely on your legs and horses for travel. On the 40th day you disguised your breath and appearance, entering the feather transformation gate. This time, you want to secretly obtain the Sky Eater beast's stone egg to avoid alerting others and having your immortal lantern stolen. In the first year, you excelled at Yuhua Gate and successfully advanced as an inner disciple under Elder Sun Ming. You obtained the devouring stone egg at Flying Immortal Peak. During this time, a senior brother was showing off in front of you. You know he has 9 bottles of Earth Spirit roots, so you shook his hand, absorbing his spirit roots, and you obtained 1 bottle of Earth Spirit root. From then on, this senior brother went from a genius of the Yuhua sect to a wasted talent. Unfortunately, he never met the old grandpa. Find a reason to go down the mountain for training and take the stone with you. You restored your appearance and aura, continuing to run your shop on Nanshan Street. After multiple simulations, I feel it's more comfortable to be a loose cultivator, free to come and go without constraints and without the need to hide anything. With your alchemy skills, you thrive both in the underworld and the upper world. Even though you are young, in the eyes of General Dao, you are a treasure. The seniors among them cannot do without your help with high-level elixirs. Someone once tried to bully you, pressuring you to give him high-level elixirs. As a result, this person was eliminated by the 2 guardians who secretly protect you before even taking a breath. In the second year, you successfully established your foundation, and your status in the southern wilderness rose even higher. A magic disciple came to request a potion, and you discovered he had 9 bottles of water spiritual root. When handing him the potion, you touched his palm and received a bottle of water spiritual root. In the third year, you sensed the coordinates of that spirit stone mine. You begin to set up the formation to hatch the devourer beast. In the third year, multiple great formations worked together to successfully hatch the devouring sky beast. You begin to gather the repair materials for the Great Migration Array in advance. At your current status, it would be easy to secure a spot in the 7 Absolute Realm trial. In the 4th year, you obtained the Great Transference Array, numerous ancient treasures, rare spirit herbs, and materials in the 7 Absolute Realms. In the 5th year, you summoned the Shenlong to take you to the Central Plains. The Divine Dragon delivered you to the Central Plains and then ascended on the spot, shocking the immortal cultivation world of the Central Plains. In the 6th year, you continued to gather restoration materials in Middle-earth and successfully repaired the Great Relocation Array. In the 6th year, you went to the seaside cliffs near King Shui Mountain in the Eastern Ju, obtained the Xiamulingdai, and after consuming it, gained the 3rd grade wood spirit root. This year, you sensed a level 87 coordinate located in Beilyang. You used the Great Transference Array to take a look. You have discovered a millennium-old ice mine located in a very remote area, unnoticed by any forces. You stored several belts of 10,000-year-old ice and noted their locations. This material is excellent for refining weapons. In the 7th year, you forged a top-grade magical weapon, the Qin sword, from the Eternal Ice Mine. Go directly to Dongju Qingshui Mountain, unleash the Dark Lord's Possession ability, wield the Qin sword, destroy the Zudao sect, and seize their spiritual veins and cave dwellings. You want to quickly enhance your cultivation, so you need spiritual veins and a cave dwelling. In the 8th year, for you who have mastered the techniques of the foundation establishment stage multiple times, there were no bottlenecks in the 9 minor realms of the foundation establishment stage, and you quickly reached the 9th layer of foundation establishment. In the 9th year, after 6 months of seclusion, you became a first-level golden elixir cultivator. In the 10th year, you will refine the Qin sword into your personal magic treasure. This year, you sensed a coordinate from the 9th century, located in a vast desert in the western wasteland. You rushed over and found a strange tree in the vast desert with a few sparks on it, real flames forming flowers. The heavenly IT tells you this is the Crimson Heart Saint Child. After consuming it, you will gain the Crimson Flame Sacred Body and master the Crimson Flame Sacred Fire. You are very happy that the second type of sacred fire fruit has been discovered by you. You decisively consumed it, and your body simultaneously acquired two types of sacred fire physique. Not long after, while you were training, a bold idea occurred to you that might help you get through the Earth Demon Festival. You began to gather what you needed for your bold idea. The 10th year you returned to the southern wilderness. As a 7th grade alchemist in this world, sent a hero's invitation to the high-level leaders of the 9 righteous sects of the South Wilderness, the 6 demonic sects, and the esteemed wandering cultivators. You summoned the heroes of the Southern Wilderness to gather at the magnificent Guanlaming Ding. All factions give you face and attend the Guanlaming Ding Hero Conference. Because you have set up a peace formation on the bright cauldron, no one can use their divine powers here. Otherwise, they will be attacked by the formation. The great elders of the righteous path, demonic path, and scattered cultivators have gathered. With just one move, you can summon a person. One Tanuan pill replenishes a century of beast essence without any side effects. Everyone is holding back. They will give you plenty of face now. You tell everyone that you already know the righteous and demonic factions are brewing for war, as the spiritual veins in the southern wilderness are about to dry up, leaving only a few minor veins that won't deplete. Due to the imbalance of monks and meat, distribution is destined to be impossible. You can only fight with bloodshed to forcibly reduce the population of cultivators to survive the 200 years of spiritual energy depletion. Hearing you say that, the entire audience was shocked. Those in the know are shocked at how you found out. Those who are unaware of the inside story are naturally astonished to hear that the righteous and demonic factions have such plans. You told everyone again that with enough spirit stones, you could take them all out of the southern wilderness. However, someone stood up and said that with the stability of the 5 domains, so many people going to another domain would only lead to competition over spiritual veins, spiritual minds, and cultivation resources. In the end, it's a fight to the death, so why waste spirit stones? You said, no, there's a place. There is a group of people who deserve to die, and there are allies there, together with the allies. Eliminate this group of deserving people, take their resources for ourselves, survive the next 200 years, and then return to the southern wilderness, the problem will be solved. Who is the one that deserves to die, and who is the ally? You answer, the Northern Liang tribes, the Northern Liang cultivation world. Seeing this, outside the simulator, Qin Wen was left speechless, amazed at his own imagination 10 years later. It's wonderful. It must be due to my divine talent that I came up with this strategy. Qin was somewhat reluctant to replace his supernatural abilities. But life is slow. A talent that can only last for 10 years isn't worth too much sorrow. For a cultivator, 10 years pass in the blink of an eye. Moreover, after 300 simulations, the ideas and thoughts that Shen Tong could provide to Qin Wen had been mostly mined out. This time, the southern wilderness hero gathering was an unexpected delight. Qin continued to look at the simulation. You claim that in recent years you used the Great Migration Array to go halfway and were defeated by Tianji Pavilion, thus calculating the events that will occur in the future. You tell them, in the future, even if you get a result. 60 years later, the Earth Demon possessed the barbarian king, turning him into a terrifying war machine that swept through the Tianqiu and Wu Jade. The southern wilderness was no exception. Some died in the struggle, while others, though alive, became slaves to the savages. Seeing your great shift formation, Everyone felt a sense of unease. With the spiritual veins of Nan hewing on the verge of exhaustion, it seems that the path you suggested to them is more worthwhile than both sides fighting to the death. The righteous path, the demonic path, and scattered cultivators, nearly 80% of the cultivators in the southern wasteland participated in this great migration. In the 11th year, after much preparation, you demonstrated your exceptional skills as a ninth grade array master, expanding the great teleportation array to the scale of a city at the largest spirit stone mine in the southern wilderness. And adjust the startup method to self-service. Anyone with 1,000 high-quality spirit stones can teleport from Nanhuang to the gathering point in Baiying. This year, you sensed a level 91 coordinate. You found a huge Qin stone. This is one of the materials for crafting storage bags. And it is the rarest, most precious kind. You used this huge Qin stone to forge a storage jade belt named 24 Clever Bright Moon Night. The capacity of this storage bag is enormous. From now on, you won't have to worry about insufficient storage bag capacity. In the 12th year, the Great Migration ended, and hundreds of thousands of southern wilderness cultivators arrived in northern Liang. You went directly to the Baiying cultivation realm and displayed your supreme charm as a ninth-tier formation master, instantly gaining fame and being revered as a celestial master. As the esteemed figure of the Sky Pillar Master, you issued a hero's call to the cultivation world of Baiying, hosting a hero gathering on the largest ice field in Baiying. You are concerned for Changshi, saying you are a disciple of Tianji Pavilion, having calculated the future and learned that the Baiying barbarian tribe will ally with the Earth Demon. The southern wilderness cultivation realm must unite with the northern Liang cultivation realm to defeat the barbarian tribe in advance and thwart the Earth Demon's plan to conquer the continent. When the time comes, we just need to hand over the current territory of the barbarians to the southern wilderness cultivators. Here, the barbarians have always been the enemies of the northern Liang cultivators. There are no demonic cultivators in northern Liang, and as long as one can kill barbarians, they are considered a good cultivator. The experts in the northern Liang cultivation world have indeed heard of the existence of the Earth Demon. But those records are from tens of thousands of years ago, and their truth is uncertain. Baiying is somewhat skeptical about the so-called crisis of barbarian invasion you mentioned. The negotiations between both sides have reached a stalemate. At that moment, the master of the Tianji Pavilion appeared. At this point, Qin Wen outside the simulator had a serious expression. "Wow, how did this old man get here?" He has been pretending to be a disciple of the Tianji Pavilion for the sake of his plan to manipulate the South and North, packaging what he saw in the simulator as the results of the Tianjin calculations. Now the real Tianji Pavilion people have arrived. Moreover, he is the master of the Tianji Pavilion. Isn't this going to give it away? Unexpectedly, Qin did not slip up. The master of Tianji Pavilion appears and claims that you are indeed his disciple in the mortal world. Everything you said is indeed the result derived from the Tianjin. The master of Tianji Pavilion encouraged the cultivators from the north and south to join forces and eliminate the barbarian tribes, ending the impending doom. It also provides a pure land for the practitioners of Nanhuang to cultivate. In the 13th year, the Southern and Northern Knights Alliance launched a grand campaign to exterminate the barbarians. You and the lord of the Tianji Pavilion, King Mei Zhujiu, are heroes. You ask him why didn't he expose himself that day? The master of the Tianji Pavilion said that he couldn't bear to expose you as you strive to endure the calamity for the world. However, he reminds you that some endings are unavoidable. The invasion of the barbarians and the calamity of the earth demons had long been predicted by the Tianji Pavilion, but they kept it silent. Because the elder Tianji left a will not to interfere with the future's causality, Otherwise, a greater disaster may occur. Although you think it makes sense, the situation in Beiyang has already turned into a mess, and it's impossible to stop now. This year, you sensed a moving coordinate. You rushed over to see a barbarian warrior engaged in a fierce battle with the joint forces of the southern and northern cultivators. The coordinates are pointing at him. You're surprised. What fortune or disaster could be tied to this barbarian? You had the allied monks capture him alive and bring him to your tent. Upon testing, you discover this to be a 9-tier spirit root. You feel lucky to be 100%. This talent is too dominant. It can actually interact with other talents. You decisively absorbed his spirit root, and from then on you possessed a first-class spirit root. You used the ancient 10,000-year spirit herb obtained from the Seven Abysses years ago to refine the spirit recovery pill, elevating the spirit root to the 5th grade. In the 14th year, the situation in Beiyang was settled, and the southern and northern allied forces had cleared the barbarians, allowing the cultivators in the south to access several normal spiritual veins. They no longer lack spirit. At this moment, you returned to the southern wilderness hunting sunset. The place is already deserted, so naturally no one will stop you from entering the grand stage of the hunting sun sword god. You begin to comprehend the essence of the sword once more. In the 15th year, your spirit root is of the 5th rank. Not high, but not low either. It won't hinder your understanding of sword intent. You have successfully comprehended the 8th level of sword intent. Only the final layer of sword intent stands before the inheritance of the hunter yang sword god. In the 16th year, you immersed yourself in understanding the essence of the sword, and your talent began to blossom. You may not feel any bottlenecks, but it requires time and a bit of patience. In the 17th year, you no longer wished to go to the high coordinates you had sensed over the past few years. You fear that pulling your mind away from the state of enlightenment will make it difficult to regain it later. In the 18th year, you comprehend the essence of the sword. You have completely immersed yourself in the world of sword intent, entering a state of closed bones. In the 19th year, you will comprehend the essence of the sword. In the 20th year, a sword shadow soared into the sky, cutting through the heavens, causing all creatures within 1,000 miles to lie low. You grasped the 9th level of sword intent. At this moment, even the heavens and earth echoed with strange sounds. You gained the ability to enter the mortal realm of the hunter yang sword god by understanding the sword intent. You have obtained the Huashan, mirror treasure, the sun-hunting divine sword, and the top-grade celestial level technique created by the sun-hunting sword god, the sun-hunting sword technique. The first page of the hunting sun sword technique is famous. The levels of practice and the comprehension of the hunting sun sword god's intent are interconnected. The hunting sun sword technique is actually a top-tier heavenly skill on par with the dragon god technique. Isn't it amazing? This hunter yang sword god is incredible. He has met Fei Sheng and left behind the ninefold sword intent, spending nearly 1,000 years understanding it through countless simulations. He can also create his own heavenly step cultivation technique. The key is that he accomplished all of this while he was in the human realm. At this moment, the Sun Hunter sword god is still active in the celestial realm and has become even stronger. I have taken his legacy, so I guess I am his disciple now. If Fei Sheng reaches the immortal realm, can he take care of me a bit? The power of the Sun Hunter sword god left an indelible impression on Qin Wen, who had just arrived in the cultivation world not long ago. In The Sims, the Sun Hunter sword god, crossing the barrier of 2 worlds with a single word, instantly killed the divine dragon and laid waste to the sect of his unfilial mortal descendants, both fierce and strong. Qin Wen became more determined to acquire this legacy of belief, the heavenly steps technique, not to mention the high-quality ones Even the low-quality ones are enough to make cultivators fight over them. It was mentioned in the simulation information that the level of mastery of the Liyang sword is related to the level of sword intent. May I ask why the Liyang sect has not forcibly broken into the mortal realm of the Liyang sword god to take the techniques and treasures for so many years? Without understanding the sword intent, the lethal sun sword cannot unleash its heavenly tier power, so possessing it is meaningless. Besides, looking at the temper of the giant Shen, it's likely no one would dare to forcefully disrupt his mortal lineage. May I continue to watch the simulation? In this simulation of life, after just 20 years, I have already comprehended 9 kinds of sword intent and obtained the inheritance of the hunting sun sword god. Do you think there is hope for the future? In the 21st year, you went to King Shui Mountain again, where there is a spiritual vein. You can diligently cultivate the Haoyang sword technique while relying on the Earth Spirit Pearl to automatically enhance your cultivation. Even though I have understood the 9 sword intents, the cultivation of the techniques still requires a gradual approach. In the 22nd year, the Ziyang sword reached its peak, breaking through the 3rd layer, and the Longshan Palace broke through the 4th layer. In the 23rd year, the Ziyang sword reached its peak, breaking through the 4th level, and the Longshan Palace broke through the 5th level. In the 25th year, the Ziyang sword was perfected, breaking through the 5th level, but the Dragon God Palace did not succeed. In the 26th year, you feel that isolating yourself for practice without inspiration and insight will make breakthroughs increasingly time-consuming. In the 25th year, you feel that this seclusion for practice, lacking inspiration and insight, is making breakthroughs increasingly time-consuming. Review all materials related to refining tools, magical artifacts, and treasures thoroughly. However, this is still not enough to explain. These are still not enough to explain.